everybody, and welcome back to Daggerfall. We're gonna be continuing the main storyline today. I'm gonna start by doing the quest called The Beast, and for that we need to speak to a maid named Sindasa, which is somewhere inside Daggerfall Castle, which is coincidentally kinda close to, you know, where I'm currently am, considering that this is the castle. Now, I'm not entirely sure if her name is actually Sindasa. I have really piss poor memory. So I'm assuming that it is. It isn't. She might have been Cinderella or Cindy. I might have just been really dumb about it. I'll agree to the castle's terms and conditions once again. It is funny how much of Daggerfall's quests are like really reliant on you walking around and exploring, because there's like very specific hints. Like, oh, you know, you should find allies that would help you, like, in this castle, and, like, you should explore all the castles involved. But, like, that's your hint. So, as a player, you just kinda have to stumble upon these things, or be very, very good at reading these kinda very vague instructions. Like, by the time we get to Morrowind, the instructions are very, very specific in comparison. Hello, Sindasa. Hey, if I told you I could give you a bit of information, let's say about that letter of my lady, would you be interested there, Myrta? I thought so. Now mind you, I ain't giving it away. Before I scratch your back, you gotta scratch mine. Deal? And I love the fact that you can just be like, no, and walk away and completely ruin your ability to finish the main storyline for forever. Yes. Me name is Sindasa, I was correct. Daggerfall, I'll tell you everything I know. But I don't need to remind you that there ain't no such thing as free info, do I, Myrta? I'm just a maid to Her Highness, nothing but a fleck to the world. And my needs ain't big. I need this werewolf done in. Not big needs, I just need a random werewolf killed. I know just where it is. Some Oblivion forsook hole called Andan Laboratory. I can't tell you why, but it's important to me that the werewolf gets put out of its misery. I'll wait here for 7 days for you. That ought to be plenty of time. Andani Laboratory, okay. Let's just give it another save, and I'm gonna pull my keyboard in so that I don't need to awkwardly bend. It has been very, very hot in the past several days in here, so there was like a day in between. Whoops, I kind of need to exit. That wasn't too hot. So like yesterday was 27 degrees. The day before that was like 21. And the day before that was like 26, 25. And England tends to be very humid. Our places are built like furnaces. And the roads are pitch black. So when it gets hot, it gets hot. And there's very, very hard to lose heat. So, I'm actually covered in sweat right now, which is one of the reasons why my outfit is laying as weirdly as it is. This is not natural material, this is like polyester. So it really sticks to me. And if I move any of my like boob area, I might accidentally like fall out or misplace it or do God knows what, considering that this whole material is absolutely sticking to me. And it's not even that hot. Right now it's 14 degrees. Today it's gonna be like 18 degrees in total. But because there has been a couple of very hot days, this house has absorbed all the heat. And it's not losing it for at least the current time. So like I switch on like the lights to stream. And oh, thank you for blinking Daggerfall at me. Let's just look for Undane. Yeah, I want to travel to Undane Laboratory. Travel time 1 day only costs... what? 5 coins to go there? Yeah, sure, perfect. I think the entrance is literally over there, but there's like a speck of something this way. But yeah. I don't even want to like switch on my lights for streaming And it is so irrational because LEDs produce no heat. But there's this thought in my brain because I grew up with like lamps that did produce heat. I just really wanted to know what that spec is. Now I know that it is a tree. Okay, let's just, you know, go back a bit. I don't actually need that tree. I just wanted to inspect. And just in case I would lose where the heck I was facing before the tree, I did save. Oh, there we go. That's where I need to go. So I'm used to lamps actually making things hot. Even though the switch to LEDs has been forever ago, I'm still used to lamps making things hot. So my irrational, like, mind just immediately goes to, don't switch on the lamp, it'd be hot. We don't want hot right now, it already be hot. It really also doesn't help that my room is very, very tiny. I painted it gray because I really liked the idea of having a really dark room. I'm kind of paying for it. I still love it on my eyes, like, I love looking at it. But I'm feeling the pain in the summer for having like a gray room. And when you game in such an enclosed space, Daggerfall isn't too bad, but when you game in such an enclosed space, like yesterday I've done a lot of Guild Wars, and that's game that can run pretty hot. I swear I raised my room temperature like 10 degrees above what it is supposed to be, so yeah. I have a feeling that I've been here. I might have. Because I remember like this place having weird portals and shit. It might also just be that I'm remembering this chunk in particular. Well, I mean, the good news is that there's obviously enemies, so I haven't like just wandered into somewhere very wrong. Also, I didn't mention it yet, but I'm streaming a bit early today because my guild obviously does not function around my personal stream time, and we have events. Yep, this thing still kills you. I remember it well. And I'm one of the officers now, but the other officers also like host events, and yesterday we found time to play Phasmophobia together. There was like a new update, it went great, except that one of our officers like did not wake up in time for it. he forgot that that was happening. Oh yeah, I think I need to go downstairs and look for a secret entrance. If I remember this layout correctly. So yeah, we do these kind of things. Like, we just have a calendar and we plan, and normally every single week there's raids, there's strikes, there's fractals, I do World Boss Train once a week. We do shit. Like, we don't just sit around. Like, I don't want to check the map and I forgot where the secret room was, so here's me just walking around clicking away. Don't mind me. Ah, there we go, I found it. It's the... Is this the bizarre stair place where, your stairs hate you? Yes, it is! No, wait, not yet. I can hear the wolf. So maybe we're lucky and he's not that far away. Because I don't actually like want to go far if I don't have to. So yeah, one of our other officers is hosting weekly strikes this week at 9 AM today. So in less than 3 hours. And I intend to be there because, for one thing, I am lazy, and this is a very easy way of like getting a group to do the content that you want to do. Secondly, spending time with your friends is fun. So some days I go, God damn it, I'm gonna be busy that day. Let me just, like... You literally down there. That's problematic. So some days I just turn my schedule around based on what else I want to do. So because I want to participate in that, I'm streaming a bit earlier than normal. Also, while preparing for the stream today, I have learned one simple truth. Thank you, my cat, for teaching it to me. My makeup drawer is apparently very, very comfortable to sit on. My cat was cuddling me and like booping me, and that's not very comfortable when you're trying to do your makeup before a stream. And then I opened like my makeup drawer and he was like, ooh, this is a great place to sit because I haven't sat in here before. And I was like, you know what? Normally I wouldn't allow you because I don't really like my makeup to be sat on. But at this point, thank you so much because now I'm less hot and there's no cat booping me straight in the face and generating like extra uncomfortableness. I hate that I could hear the werewolf down below, but not here. Which suggests that he's down below and not here. Which probably suggests that I'll need to think with portals, and I don't want to do that. So I'm doing everything else before that I can. It's probably not very useful. I swear, like, I had, like, some random quest just send me here. It was absolutely this place. Please don't bonk me. I don't appreciate it. What do I have on my right arm? Ah, wait, that's left. That's not as good. There we go, we can have this one instead. Cool. See, it's a free upgrade. Look at that. I hate when there's enemies nearby. Is that a musical rat? Probably not. I will want to do a tiny heal for myself. Probably didn't help me all that much. Hate how that noise is like right there and nowhere else. I also hate that I'm already thinking with portals. I thank so much the guy that like led me through this place the first time around. Because now I have like some sort of like at least some sort of inkling of understanding where I'm going. So it's not as bad as it could be, but it's also not very good. I'm probably miles away from that werewolf that I had to kill. It's okay, we'll find it eventually. I do remember that after like this huge meander, eventually you just like end up right at the start of the dungeon again. So it is not like it is infinite, but it is friggin' confusing. I think I can see an enemy in the far distance and I don't like it because look at my health right now. Oh no, that's just a light, I think. But apparently there are enemies nearby and I don't like it. I might just backtrack a little bit and cuddle a wall and just go have a sleep. Thankfully, it only took like a day to get here. But we did just spend nearly 12 hours resting. We only have 7 days to complete this quest. We need to be very mindful of that. What? Oh. Okay. What the heck? Something hit me from somewhere. It almost sounded like a werewolf. And I hate that because I need one. I'm already getting confused. I do remember there being a throne room that lets you like leave and shit, so at least I know what that looks like. Hello all of the people. All the nice people of the world. I also remember the funky stairs, so that would be our memories of this place. I already have a right arm equipped, so I don't need anything from here. Now, I gotta say that the visual clothes interface, where like you can see them go on my character, makes it a bit hard to actually see what I have equipped on each slot without just outright removing everything that I'm wearing. I don't particularly like feel very enthusiastic about removing everything that I'm wearing. I kind of, you know, like having armor. I do hate that they hit this hard. Just like 2 zombies and you're done, man. I think this is where we were staring at. I just need to be a bit better with the first zombie. I can't lose that much health. And the second zombie for that matter. I do get quite lucky on some of these dodges, which makes me think that maybe the dodge stat does work. Like, some people said that, oh, it's completely broken, it makes you more likely to be hit and less likely to hit. But sometimes, like, enemies will actually be, like, hitting me, and they won't be doing damage, so I'm like, maybe it is doing something. Maybe it actually works. Even though that I know that that's illogical, because the rumor's coming from a person that, like, disassembled the whole code for the game. So if code says no, there isn't a chance that that's a yes. But I'm thinking maybe you lost, like, a little bit of execution somewhere that just, like, flips that script around or something. Because that sometimes happens. Just checking the walls. Because the walls are ringing with the sound of music of zombies. We don't really want to fall into like the electric pit of doom. I honestly don't know what makes the game think that that is an appropriate sound to make, but sometimes it will just do it. It's not even like tied to an enemy or anything. But we'll just go. Time for the odd noise. And you will be like, cool, I guess. It is indeed time for the odd noise. You know, normally when I like delay the stream to almost midday, for Europe. Oh god. I fell into the noise capital. Hello. Was it you making the noise? More people show up. When I started early, like 6 a.m. early, like only vampires are awake right now early. Like actually vampires, like traditional ones, should be asleep because it's light outside and night only lasts for like a couple of hours at the moment, which is annoying. But normally people like to sleep in if they can. So most normal people aren't like awake. So what I was saying is that when I start streaming later, did I walk past the door here? Oh right, it's just this room. Hello, Bernie. A lot more people are awake. When I stream earlier, it's almost my intimate time with YouTube. And apparently with Bernie, considering that you're here. Yeah. Oh, it's for you, 1 a.m. It's 6 a.m. for me. Normally when I stream at like, I accidentally go, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, I start stream late. And I start streaming at like, I don't know, 8, 9. By the time I'm finishing like midday, there's quite a lot of viewers. I'm just gonna assume that a lot of Americans view me. Yeah, I tried to be consistent for 6:30. But nobody usually comes. And then some weeks my consistency just like completely whoop and drops off. I apparently have not explored here. I assumed that I did because it looked very, very similar to what I already found before. Come here, zombie. We're walking backwards to, I don't know, my death, my doom. That's where we're going. What was my saves? I think it was this one. That was the earliest. I mean, I can check it, but it takes a while to load. So 1803. And if we load into here, where are we? $1807. Whole little bit later. Oh shit, is this where the zombies were? No. Just a stupid wizard that's actually closing the door on themselves. Don't you hate it when you get stuck in the doorway, mate? I know, me too. Ah yes, this is where I fell down the hole. Well, I don't really need to fall down the hole. I can just not do that. Let's walk in here just to mark it as having been there. Because otherwise I'm gonna be staring at it going, oh, where does this go? And like legitimately confuse myself. So I found that area before, but because I haven't saved, I don't have it found now. Oh god. Hop! Let's not have anything buzz. I heard a door somewhere. That's stairs up. I have literally no idea where I am right now. But that's fine. Don't need to know where I am. Knowing where you are is for losers. Real dungeon exploring women get lost with bravery. It literally sounds like there is a zombie stuck in the wall somewhere. It's probably just in a different room. Let's save often and let's just walk towards enemies. Yes? Door? Oh, door, hello. Oh no, I'm silenced. Whatever shall I do? It's not like I can cast like one spell per rest. You know, you just see a person running at you with an axe and you're like, I know the right spell to cast right now is silence. Wait, why did it not work? I just so hate that right at the start of this dungeon, I could hear the friggin' werewolf that I needed to kill in the walls. What am I wearing as legs? Oh, I'm wearing really strong legs. And then I progressed, and because I progressed in the wrong direction, which from my perspective was the only direction to progress in, I just entirely like lost the sound of the werewolf, which is not the greatest. Well, nobody could have stuffed a werewolf in a bag, could they? Well, I suppose if they did, I wouldn't be here to, you know, find the werewolf. Would be somewhere else. Okay, there's like a door there. I don't think that they have any bags of holding in this game. It's like a magic portal bag that can fit whatever you want, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna stuff a werewolf in here to mess with the player. I think that's like a full room? Alternatively, an unexplored direction. Well, now you definitely know what to do if you ever host a D&D session. Or make a very action-packed game, you know, either or. So that's possibly a door. That's possibly unexplored. Possibly end of the road, too. Ah! I hate that viewpoint. I know that can actually like be helpful, especially when I'm trying to determine whether I reached the end of the room or whether there's something more, but I still absolutely hate it. I definitely have no reason to go back there, I think. Bag full of werewolves. Do you have like a choice to unleash them onto your enemies? Because that would be great. Okay, the sound of Zimbambos intensifies, which suggests that I'm probably at the very least moving towards enemies. Maybe. Right, definitely did not explore this corridor yet. Ah, it's my favorite four-way path. More than that. Want extra slice of confusion with your confusion? Well, you are in luck. We serve all the confusion here today. Come buy one, get one free. Well, I mean, depends on which direction do the werewolves run in. Like, you would have to treat it like a bomb. Like, you would unleash the werewolf and then, like, completely vacate the premises. Yeah, and I'm looking for a werewolf in here because, like, some maid was like, oh, I'm just a poor maiden. I will, like, give you information about the letter that you're looking for. But you have to do, like, a teensy tiny favor for me. I'm just a poor maiden. By the way, can you go and kill a werewolf? And you're like, wait, what? That's, like, not a teensy tiny favor, and... if you're just a maiden, why do you need to have a werewolf killed? What did you do? Like, was that like your boyfriend Jeb from the farms? Before he got turned into a wolf boy? Is that it? And then you're like, oh god damn it, Jeb will ruin my career prospects as a good and honest maiden. Yes, Jeb the wolf boy. Oh, hello. Don't sneak up on me like that, Zimbambo. Now, if Jeb was a zombie, I'd have already, like, done a million favors to her. I would be like, yep, I definitely killed Jeb. It was probably one of them. Jeb the wolf boy, not the zombie. I love how that wizard is standing very, very still right now. Hello, man, person, guy. I love collecting their stuff, it's awesome. Aw, that sucks. Only +1 defense when it looks that fancy. That's how you know that, you know, you came out to show off rather than actually, like, fight someone, because you're like, look at my golden shield and it just blocks fuck all. Probably Arena. After Arena, I'm thinking whether or not we're already gonna be in this peak bloodline season. Because you know how I time my runs with, like, autumn and not before? So once again, I wanna at the very least time it with autumn and not before. I think we'll make it. I think we might even, like, make it to October before we do it. And I just wanna do one run of Bloodlines this year. And the run will be called, just like minimum XP run, I think. I forget what it was like. They're called like low percent or low completion, whatever. It is something that Vin has done before, I think, or at the very least attempted to do. And the idea is not to like do not a lot of quests. No. We might actually want to challenge ourselves and do those quests. The idea is to never upgrade your character after, you know, the first tutorial, like before the tutorial upgrade when you create your character. After that, you're just not allowed to touch your character sheet and investing no points. I imagine, especially if I want to like do all the quests just to challenge myself, just like, you know, to see that I can actually do it, it will be very, very slow. We won't have the lockpicking to get into anywhere. We won't have the hacking. But it should be fun. That's kind of the only thing that I want to do with Bloodlines this year, because I've done a lot of Bloodlines before. Yeah, that could be. I think it's gonna be fun. And I think it's gonna be cool. Not entirely decided what, you know, character to go at. Like, what race it should be. If I was looking for an eyeball, I would have found it. Alas, I'm not looking for an eyeball. Oh, Jesus. This is gonna end really badly. I have a bad feeling about this. That's probably why. I save at one of these and my brain goes blank. And I'm like, was it here? Maybe. I need to stop using my magicka. It takes the longest to like regen. My health takes like 2 hours to regen. So now we spend 2 out of 7 allotted days. We're gonna need 1 day for traveling. Hence why we're that like very careful about healing ourselves and shit. I can be less careful about it if I just stop using magicka. But at the same time, it's just draining my restoration, man. Ah yes, the Zimbambo territory, I remember. Hi! Look at him, he even like came running to greet me. I honestly don't know what I want to do after that, like, run of bloodlines. Yeah, he wants a hug. Oh, well, here, come here, like, 2D corpsey. Let me hug you. I want to focus on games that do well with YouTube algorithm. Because I landed such a gold mine with Morrowind, and I'm very sorry, but the internal me that just really likes engagement, really liked that. I liked views. I don't know what else to say. And there's not a lot of basis that I have on what would do well. I know what would fit well thematically, considering that I would have like finished majority of Elder Scrolls series. Thematically, side games, and then a very long commitment of Elder Scrolls Online main story. I know that there's like some person that really would love me to play it, and I don't mind it, but at the same time I'm kind of shit at a very shit space financially. So that would be a very big investment upfront. It would easily be like several £100 in all expansions that they have, which is actually not like as bad as it could be, but it's like a lump of money. And the issue with like let's playing a long MMO, even to just see the story, is that, well, Elder Scrolls Online focuses on the story. The story is like half its point. So it is still something that you can easily be like, yep, I'm on this journey for the next like 600, 700 hours, which is a lot of streams. And it is a lot of parts. And a lot of chances for people to completely lose any kind of interest in you. Oh, okay. You see, I kind of have like the base game, and I think I have Morrowind. I don't think that I have anything else. I would like to upgrade the account that I currently have, if I was to do that. So I would, you know, get all the expansion packs that I don't have. I would get all the smaller DLCs like Clockwork City. I played through it by subscribing, because you can't do that. But if I'm using it to like stream twice a week, that's about 6 hours of gameplay a week. I don't want to pay a subscription for that, so I would actually legitimately want to buy like all of that up front. So there's that. But so it makes sense thematically. It not necessarily makes sense when it comes to like having views.
New follower.
Oh, thank you for following. That's very nice of you. So that is like one thing that I'm thinking about. I have a semi-basis in the people that I watch and how their content performs. I do have the unfortunate issue with developing like really niche likes when it comes to video games. So like I started watching a lot of RuneScape channels. Well, I am not a RuneScape channel. I probably shouldn't turn myself into a RuneScape channel. So I'm like, oh, their videos are performing really well and I really like the idea of what they're doing. I'm not gonna be doing RuneScape, so that like comparison just goes completely out the window. This dungeon is a lot longer. I think the start of it had a familiar layout, but the rest of it is new. Yeah, that's the thing. And you see, I'm shit at networking, Bernie. I'm really bad at it. And there's like, I've been doing YouTube since what? I was like 15, 16, so it's like good 14, 15 years. I always still lag in quality. Like, the shit that I make looks so awkward compared to the people that really know what they're doing. And I admire them. It's not like a complaint of they have the fame that I don't have. I can always see where I'm like falling short and everything, and networking, man, and stream quality and shit. I just installed another ring light. There are cameras that I would love to have. Like, there's 4K webcams, which would actually produce a much sharper image than my current blurry self. I would love that, but alas, like, money is a limitation, my experience is a limitation, I definitely can't hire anyone, I am shit at networking, man, and I am a variety channel, which makes me like, hop around, jump around, and get down. Anyway, so, it makes me in a very weird spot when it comes to that. Aw, thank you! Yeah, networking is a pain. And yeah, daunting is a nice word. So there's other things that I have a hunch that might be like interesting for like middling views. I don't have anything to prove it, but I have a hunch. Like Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I have a feeling that if I focused on that, despite the fact that like it came out a long while ago and that there's not like big amount of people that search directly for it, I would probably have some viewership when it comes to that. So that is hunch number one. Hunch number two is I'm now subscribed to Grimmeth. It used to be like Yakoskia, Variax, Grimmeth. I used to watch them as they would like come up on my recommendeds. I would follow them through their old forums, but I wouldn't like I wouldn't like be subscribed, because here's the thing, gameplay YouTubers, they pull out a lot of content, and I'm subscribed to like so many channels. So channels that put out one video a week has my subscribe priority, just so that I can still see what they're making. Yeah, they're pretty... Oh, daunting it's a word like scary or intimidating. So, now I have Grimgrams on my subscription, and I can kind of see what their views are doing. They mostly do like really old games like Daggerfall. They're also doing Stardew Valley, and I have looked into Stardew Valley before because Stardew Valley doesn't perform that bad. And it is cozy. I like it. I don't have an idea of how to put a spin on it, which is something that Stardew Valley could really like do with. Like, some people they have like a very, very specific goal of I'm only gonna play for 1 year and I'm gonna do this. And because like it's challenging to do, people watch it. Like, you know, this is my attempt at getting this in a year, or this is my attempt in playing with like this specific mod that makes all the tiles that I step on cost money, and then people actually like watch it. I don't particularly know how to put a spin on it like that, but that is something that I am considering. So like Arena, Bloodlines guaranteed. Everything past that, I have ideas. You guys can definitely give me suggestions and like vote on that. I also like saw a person recently. I was like watching them do The Sims 3, and they were just like doing a video of like, hey, can my Sim survive in this park throughout the whole year? And the comments were like, oh, thank you for being like a Sims YouTuber that hasn't gone the Sims 4 route, because we're dying here for any kind of gameplay that's not the Sims 4. And I'm like, I do really enjoy the Sims 2. Sometimes I get like a really big itch to play it. The issue is that the challenge that I like doing the most is Legacy Challenge, and Legacy Challenge spans for 10 generations. Playing through a whole 10 generations, I think I haven't opened that door. It might just be that I haven't been in that room. Either way, I should, you know, take a turn and go there. It will be the one that's opposite the door, so this way. And I don't want to overcommit it. Normally what happens is my save files even fry before I can get there, because you know what happens. Your computer friggin' crashes, or your operating system changes, or whatever. So you just don't end up finishing it. So I end up like being tempted to do it again, but I'm like, I think I need something possibly a bit shorter, or I need to be better at it, or I need to just like put on a different unique spin. So once again, it's kind of the Stardew situation where probably wouldn't perform that badly. I would definitely like it. But you know, there's that whole, you kind of need to have a spin, you kind of need to have a goal. It can't be endless. It's not just the thing that you like put on the, like in here, I can just play through the main story. I can be like, yep, Daggerfall ends when we end the main story, because that makes sense. We can like fool around before it, but it's very nice and defined. I definitely know where I'm going. I probably know ballpark of how long it will take me. I think it's gonna be a less than 100-hour game. Morrowind was, I think, a bit over 100 hours maybe, or like 90 something, like around that ballpark. Daggerfall's slower, but there's less main story quests, so I think we might like get to maybe 30 streams, and that will be about it. Maybe 20, but like I kind of have a ballpark. You kind of need a ballpark for the more, you know, cozy games as well. And another thing is, I once played through all Barbie games because I kind of really missed them, and Disappearance does not mesh with cozy game vibe, and damn you, I refuse to change. So apparently it still goes pretty well with how is it called, Morrowind, but it doesn't go very, very well with cozy games. A lot of people are like really turned off by your appearance, because I suppose people that would be like most interested in freaking Barbie games would be children and not this weird 30-year-old woman that I am. So just the way that you look can really influence what kind of people watch you. So like darker games, edgier games, gothy games, they're like, oh, you're dressed on point. And this is just how you look every single day. Maybe outside makeup. I don't tend to wear makeup outside the streams because I like to preserve my skin. But yeah, I just look this way. So when you're playing something like Bloodlines, people are like, oh, you dressed gothy to fit in, good on you. But then when you're playing something like Barbie, they go, what are you doing? Oh! Well, that's nice. I think I played like I forget what it's called, but I did do like one stream. I remember it didn't do very well. And it's mostly because I literally think that despite me liking it, my vibe just really clashes with Barbie's. And I do have some funky makeup. I don't know how to apply it. Because here's the thing, this gal loves glittery things. So I have a palette of like very strong glittery eyeshadows. So I could just like literally blob my eyeballs red. But here's the thing, if you're putting on black eyeshadow, one of the great things, you don't need to shape it. You don't need to think about like how to do like this, all of this art. No, you just blob it on. You can get away with that when your makeup is like black eyes and red lips and everybody still thinks that it's on topic. But like when you go to like all of those like gold shimmers and blue shimmers and red shimmers, well, first of all, you need to make sure that it shows up on camera. That's really hard. Like oftentimes it just does not. And secondly, you actually need to know what the fuck you're doing. I don't. So I could tone down my appearance. I could be a bit different, but I'm not that proficient at it either. And then I don't actually have clothes that aren't black anymore. Like, I have a little. I have 2 dresses that I bought like specifically for streaming yonks ago. They're not very comfortable, but one of them is white and one of them is red. I don't know if I'm still gonna fit into them because I'm 30 now, and in the past few years my figure has changed significantly. The kind of clothes that I buy right now are very much one size fits all and very much adjustable, so that if I get wider, if I get, you know, smaller, you guys don't get to notice it as much, and I don't get to be like, oh no, my clothes, because I like to buy them for a long time. And a long while ago, when I still had the figure of a teenager, I bought like 2 dresses specifically for streaming. I probably only used them a couple times. I could probably see if I still fit into them. I have like, I think 1 boring pair of pants and like 1 shirt that I sometimes sleep in it. Everything else is friggin' black, man. Like, I can't tone it down. It's great to know at least it would I catch you. Anyway, the book. Divad the Singer is in one body 2 unique and distinct people. Divad is the most well-known of the Redguard heroes, Framdar Hunding's son, probably the most accomplished Anse who ever lived. Yet early in his life, Divad appeared to thoroughly have rejected the way of the sword. Oh, boo-hoo. Divad was the only son of Framdar Hunding and was born late in Hunding's life. Actually, I shouldn't say boo-hoo. If you remember, they murdered a prince because he was a bit sickly and a scholar. 2396 in the old way of reckoning, probably about 1 era 760 by the Tamrielic calendar. When he was away most of the time fighting the last of his duels and engaging in the many battles and insurrections of the period. At 11, Divad entered the whole of the virtues of war and began training, but at 16 he finally let his anger at growing up, essentially fatherless, get the better of him. Divad broke his swords and left the hall to become an acrobat in the traveling circus. I wouldn't mess with a guy that will be like, that's it, I'm angry now. Snap a sword! I think you could get that man into martial arts. And fuck weapons, he's just gonna put a hole through somebody regardless. Yeah, I mean, I have a nice selection for myself, but they're kind of all in the same style. So like, I like what I'm wearing, but I can't just like switch to something else. The life in the circus was unsatisfying to David, and after 2 years, his innate artisan heritage drove him to become a musician and finally a bard. For 2 more years, he traveled, singing in the cities of the Empire, gaining no small amount of fame and recognition for his stirring and popular songs and music. Although David had publicly forsaken the way of the sword, it would appear that he continued to practice the compulsory forms of training he was taught in the hall. How compulsory is it? I mean, you broke all your swords, man. You can just stop it if you want to. He carried no sword, but in the late evening, bright lights could often be seen in his tent. My source says nothing more about this, but it may be assumed that the writer was suggesting that David was practicing the form of the way known as Shahai Shan Shiru, the way of the spirit sword, or simply Shahai. Like, there you go, this man is just gonna enter martial arts, I called it. David was very popular with the people of the Empire, and his music and concerts were well attended. Still, he could not escape his heritage of the sword. When the last emperor ascended to power and began to persecute the sword singers, David was among the first to attract his attention. Once the Emperor Hera and his consort decided to go to war with the singers for control of the Empire, he moved swiftly against those singers, who were visibly a part of the Empire society. Most he had killed, but David's music and fame... I forgot to switch the page, and then I tried reading from the start, and I got confused. So widespread that he sent a team of his personal guards to arrest him. The Emperor's men were either very lucky or very unlucky, depending on how you choose to view it. Being no fool, Hera sent 100 of his best guards, for even an unarmed singer was a very dangerous foe. The luck was that they were able to capture David and place him in chains, where they came at him as he sat dining with his elderly mother. The disaster was that as he surrendered, they rashly struck the pleading old woman. Too hard, it would seem, for she fell dead with that single blow. That's brutal. That single thoughtless deed, as is often the case in war, was the one pivotal factor causing their eventual defeat. That act ignited in David the spirit of the way. Up until that careless stroke, David was an ordinary artisan. No, an artist, a great artist, but no warrior. The moment of her death, David rose from his seat, took his chains between his 2 hands, and began swinging the heavy chain in a deadly arc. He slew 4 of the guards, gaining enough space to run and dive through the window, and into the river. He disappeared into the night. From that point, David was spotted many times and told of in many more rumors all across the Empire, for more places than a mere mortal could ever have been. At every point where Hera's men gathered to do mischief, the resistance was attributed to David. As Hiram moved against the singers and began forming his army to invade High Desert, it was David who carried the news to the singers. David was among those who climbed Hatu to find Hunding in his cave. What is not well known is that Hunding at first refused to take leadership of the singers. The first attempt to interrupt him at his death poem caused him to drive the elders from the cave. He even formed the Shahai in his anger. It was David who re-entered the cave alone to speak with Hunding. To this day, no one knows what was said, what happened in that cave. Scribes of the time reported bright flashes of light and angry voices. 5 long hours came and went, and both emerged from the cave, David at Hunding's side. The rest, as they say, is history. I don't know the history, tell me! David, who had not completed training in the Hall of Virtues of War, became an advisor to Hunding and spent his time reading the newly completed Book of Circles. But his role in the hammer and anvil strategy was a simple sword singer and fighter. It was not till the singers fled their native empire and landed in new land that his story truly begins. Don't leave me on a stupid cliffhanger. Yep, they do that for all Elder Scrolls games, pretty much. Like, if you stand to read Morrowind, Oblivion books and other books, like, they are long. So yeah, it's always kind of worth it. Like, they write full-on stories in there, and it's extra weird considering that this is such an old game. Where did you... Whoa. Okay, did I get turned around or did we just switch positions? I don't know what happened there. It was kind of weird. Oh, Lesty Argonian maid. There is a joke writer in Guild Wars 2 that I believe enters at season 5 and continues like actually like, you know, having writings and stuff. And during like the recent event, one of the collections that you could complete was like a whole bunch of his naughty books. I didn't go out of my way to find them all, but one of my guildies like showed one of them to me, like where to pick it up. I didn't read it, so he read it to the whole voice chat aloud, and something to understand about Guild Wars 2 is that Norn are like Nords in Skyrim, except that they're like really big and they're kind of based on Scandinavian people, so they're like large Scandinavian Viking-like giants that do things like summon ancestral spirits of the bear and things like that. They're very much like Nords in Skyrim. And Dredge are the mole people. Like, they're literally only like an enemy type, and they are like an overgrown mole that is blind. And they're like Soviet Union aligned. Please don't ask how that makes sense, but they use a lot of the same lingo that Soviet Union person would, like calling each other comrades and having like property that belongs to everybody, and they're like literally mole people. So anyways, that piece that one of my guildies read out that everybody was like, please stop, please shut up, was a saucy romantic piece about a romance that probably ends in bonking between a Norn and a Dredge. People are like, okay, top quality bestiality right here. So it's like a running theme to include like really pervy things into your otherwise normal game. Potion of stamina? Well, now I know what that is. I don't think that these are like registering anywhere, and I'm leaving those recipes behind. If I was ever to craft some, I would probably look it up online. I'm not shitting you, this dungeon is friggin' massive. I was only given 7 days to find the mystery werewolf, and at the moment, I'm concerned that I'm not even gonna find my way back. There is like a way for me to get enough intelligence. Oh shit. Jojo! Butt off. Thank you. My cat was directly sitting on my power button. The people that install power buttons at the top of PCs don't have cats. Cats like to sit on everything. No, I put like a little lid off a candle. It's like a metal lid because those were like the small candles. Directly underneath his butt because the lid is bent, so it protects the button from being pressed. But what happens, and has happened to me before, and which is why I'm very, very careful about it, is that my cats will just like climb up there and they will go to sleep and they will put their butt directly on the power button. And if it's well balanced, it doesn't like matter all that much because they're not gonna press down. Their like butt weight is equally distributed. But sometimes they do press it down and then your computer switches off. And then you're like, what happened? And you look down and your cat is sitting on the button. This is why you should never install the power button on the friggin' like smooth part, the top part of the computer. If you have cats, they will sit on that. Yeah. Anyways, I hope he's not gonna, like, push off the candle lid. We should be fine for now. He's probably not gonna press the button. Probably. Oh, no. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Every button that you have should, like, actually, like, be a proper button. Like, it should be a pressable thing, just to protect it from things like cats and toddlers. Most people will either have pets or kids. You should be very aware of that. It saves everyone a lot of heartache. If you can just not have your progress lost by somebody just randomly accidentally brushing at the button. I need to leave the circular room, but I don't know how I entered it. So I is very confused. Probably through here, honestly. Oh, I have never been here. I should definitely put in a save. I have this bad feeling that I'll spend 3 hours doing this quest because the dungeon that they generated it is enormous. There's one very, very nice person that actually, like, watches my full videos. Well, I know that there's several. I do love my YouTube people and I'm very thankful for them. Ow. But they keep on giving me advice and they allow me to choose how much advice I receive. So they're like, you know, I don't want to, like, backseat play it for you, but, you know, I can tell you what to do if this is, like, what you want to achieve. They told me what to do in order to afford the teleportation spell, but it would require me to rank up with, the Mages Guild to, like, rank 7. Because I could effectively craft my own magical items and I could just infuse them with intelligence, so I could just, like, wear gems and be smarts. And that would probably be, like, of good help. Getting to rank 7 in the Mages Guild is such a bitch that, I have a very big active want to not do that. But it would be such a help. But it's also such a bitch. Like, I could just leave a mark at the start of the dungeon, and I wouldn't need to worry about how am I gonna get back. I would be like, oh, well, you know, it's obvious how I get back. Through here. You know? Oh, we're at this part now. Like, this is the throne room. I'm pretty sure I go back through here, but I haven't found the bloody werewolf yet. But I have a feeling that I went the wrong way either way, because I could hear him in the walls. And then I proceeded further with the dungeon and I stopped being able to hear him. So maybe going that way is actually a good idea. But for now, we're gonna try and navigate it. I'm very, very happy that I'm wearing something that's made for light weather today. Despite the fact that I'm telling you outside is cold. Outside is 15 degrees right now. Inside is still friggin' hot. But because, once again, it's not my natural fabric thing, it is synthetic fabric thing, I can feel my back sweating. I don't like it. Holy Jesus, this place is fucking massive. Okay. Maybe there's, like, an extra exit somewhere. That would be kind of cool. Oh yeah, one of the dresses that I really, really like has a small problem. It's one of the new ones that I have. It's the one that makes me feel like I'm in Rome. And like it has a clasp like near my stomach. It looks very good on me. You can't like take off the clasp when you're putting it to wash, and I'm pretty sure that the clasp is plastic. Anyways, the clasp's dye rubbed off on the rest of the material. So there's now like this spot that's discolored and not black anymore, and I don't like it. So I ordered clothes dye. It never arrived. It was supposed to arrive yesterday, and Amazon is now like, it will either arrive before July 1st, thanks Amazon, that's very non-specific, or you can claim a refund. And I'm like, that does not fix my problem. That delays the dyeing day for a while, and I obviously can still wear it, but I don't feel as good if there's just like a splotch of misplaced dye. I would actually love to fix that, but I can't until the freaking dye arrives. Can you let me reach the bottom? Then we can have a fight. I'm standing on your head. None of us make progress. Just gonna say it that way. Ooh. I swear I saw this room at the first dungeon that I did. This place is really, really, really massive. How dare they place a werewolf somewhere like this? They're like, can now go and find the surprise werewolf! And you're like, yay! Oh god. Oh. Jesus, where did that even come from? It was behind me. Yeah, that one. We're trying to kill a werewolf for a maid. Am I in the right save? Did I save far away again? I might have. Oh, that's not good. Remember, kids, save or lose the direction that you have been traveling in. Oh, well, I can find it again. If you found it once, it's here somewhere. It's probably here. Maybe. I remember a room with far too many doors. Also, I love how she's like, I'm just a silly maid, please go and kill a werewolf, and I'm just... Silly maid my ass? 918 plus about 624. I think we spent around 24 hours so far. I think we're about at still only 2 days taken margin. I'm only taking money by this point because I'm like running out of carry capacity. I have a horse and buggy, but I'm also not that desperate for loot. So, you know. Ah, yes, it's my infinite door room. Welcome back, me. I think infinite is a bit of a overstatement. There's 2. Yeah, but then you need to carry heavy things. Oh, wow, that's a very runny zombie. Come on, runny zombie. No smackies. The really funny bit is that I fought that one vampire and everyone was like, what the heck, that was so easy for you. And zombies are like the worst thing ever. So I like how often I just meet men. Okay, there are enemies nearby. I probably shouldn't be in steal mode. That doesn't seem very reasonable. Yeah, and then I killed one and it didn't hit me once. On freaking zombies, on the other hand. You know, at least I can now take like 2 hits from Zambambo before I die. It used to be 1 hit kill. I'll catch you later, Bernie. Have a nice sleep. Ooh. Wait, door? Where door? Well, werewolf, but also where door? I heard you, door. Where does this even go? Oh, okay, there's a room here. I thought there was a staircase to heaven. Like, screw it, we're just going somewhere. Ah. It be locked. Oh, I thought that the door was hitting me back. To be fair, that probably wasn't a very logical assumption. I don't think that that happens. But I also don't know. I have full endurance. I have low health. That green bar is my health. I could raise it with Magicka right now because I have exactly 1 spell. But issue is if I do that, it will take me 9 hours to regenerate when I rest instead of 3, and I only have 7 days for this quest. So A, I'm trying not to rest too much. B, please don't move this off the button, cat. And then C, yes. I forgot what C was supposed to be, never mind. C, you should probably not fight 2 zombies in a row with enough health to die from a singular hit. It just sounds like common sense, I don't know. But I have 7 days for the quest. I already wasted 2. And 1 will be how long it will take for us to go back. So we have approximately 4 days. If I rest for 9 hours every time when I rest, that is not a lot of rests. If I rest for 3 hours every time when I rest, that's a lot more rests. But that's still about, what, 8 rests per day? We only have 4 days? What? What is that noise? That sounds like a werewolf. There's definitely no werewolf above me. I really need to rest somewhere. Maybe they'll let me rest in here, no? What about here? There we go. Ah. We wasted 2 hours. Good. Let's keep a mental note of those. When we add to 24, we remove another day. I have such a big fear that I'm not gonna get out of this dungeon in time, and I'm not gonna get out of this dungeon ever. It's not very logical, but it's there because, oh boy, big dungeon. Very big one. Knock knock, who's there? Can I ask and answer myself if my partner is a zombie? I mean, they're not gonna ask or answer me. Oi! Open up! Please. Pretty please? Oh, thank you! I really wanted to come in. Die! Pretty please. I'm gonna be like super nice, okay? Aha! The thing is, this column sounds like it's making werewolf noises, and that does not make any sense. Why is it always long corridors? Also, couldn't you add several wolves at a territory this big? Yeah, but you can hit it as much as you want. Why use lockpick when you use sword? Meanwhile, in other games, the doors literally become like impossible to ever overcome. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, the areas always have more weapons. A lot more weapons. I mean, I have so many corpses that I've left in my path. And if I ever go backwards, there's practically infinite weapons. Oh, god damn it! Jesus Christ, this place. Generating something like 400 rooms for a quest that takes 7 days should be legal. I have decided. Yeah, sorta. And then when I entered, it looked like a very similar to a dungeon that a kind soul has kind of led me through before. Oh, hello. Jesus. Why do zombie have much money? What was he doing with it? Ah yes, it's definitely the room of rooms. A lot of room in here. At least this guy will just patiently walk towards me as I'm swinging my sword around. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 hours have been used. Ah. Game, you're gonna make me hit level 6. Then I will have even more quests to do. Ah, it's the Room of Dudes. How can I forget? It's where you store your dudes. You kinda be like sorcerers into all of those empty rooms right there, please. Just stand and wait. It will be very, very funny, trust me. You just stay standing right there. Oh, hello. Girl sorcerers into that other room. Just stand and wait. It is funny how sometimes they want to get to me so bad that they will open secret doors. Like, psst, I'm here! Still no werewolves though. Could they have at least put in several werewolves? Like 50 of them. I would have definitely gotten the werewolf then. Where does this cookie go? I have a feeling that we will have to go down. No matter what. For people watching this on YouTube before, me having that very, very, very lengthy conversation about all of the games that I can like play from here. ArenaNet and one run of Bloodlines is practically guaranteed. For the rest, you guys can always give me suggestions. Ah! Oh God! Jesus! Right, let's not just projectile ourselves off the place. Ugh. And as we reached about the halfway mark of the stream, this is where I can like talk about a whole bunch of things, and it like remains hidden until somebody like finds it when they view it later. So I can literally like just like use this. I'm not gonna say like an online diary, but I can literally just be talking complete bullshit as I try to go down without breaking my neck. And most people will never discover it, and I like it that way. And some people will, and I will be like, oh, so you watched that much of the stream, have you? That's fairly unique. Thank thee for your service. It's not really a service, but still. I find myself at a very, very odd place in life. And I do hate it that I'm here. Because it's weird. It's odd. I have health problems that will probably never go away. I find it funny that I didn't have this path mapped, but had enemies killed in here. What? Where am I? And I know that, and they have gotten worse, so I kind of abandoned any chances of like a normal career. Did I explore that way or not? We should go and check. I now find it quite naive that younger me had tried to appease the expectations of society by thinking that I can get a degree and I can have like a well-paying job and all that nice bullshit that really did not work out in like a year and a half. And if I haven't tried, I would probably be in a better place health-wise right now, which is very, very irritating. But that's the imp! Shit! I thought that maybe I found the werewolf, but no. And the second thing, because of that, and because my husband is currently unemployed, I have been having money problems. For such a lengthy amount of time now, for over a year. We're living from friggin' savings. Do you know how sad it is to live from savings? Well, I also like run a tarot shop, so it isn't like that my money is disappearing really, really fast, but the expenditure is larger than income, so the savings just kind of diminish over time. Considering that it's been over a year since both me and my husband were employed by anybody, it's really like wearing on me, and it has been wearing on me for a while. And the weirdest thing happened. After wearing on me for so long, it's, you know how you get used to any kind of circumstance, even like being boiled if it is done slow enough. After wearing on me for so long, the stress and anxiety, this is a friggin' beard. So instead of being depressed, instead of having an anxiety disorder and panic attacks, I am happy. And that's why it is so friggin' bizarre. I'm like, I like the streams that I do. I love having cats. I like where I live. I have wonderful friends. I found the guild in Guild Wars 2, and I love spending time with them. I am genuinely happy. And I'm like, the problems that are pressing me are serious enough that I'm like, but why? And how? Now's not the time to be happy, brain. And brain went like, don't care, happy time. So I've just been in such a good mood, and I'm like, did I fry my brain though? Like, did too much stress completely friggin' fried my brain? Because that is not a reasonable response. But at the same time, when circumstances are frankly shit, and there's very little that you can do to change it, and it's not like I haven't been trying, it's not like my brain hasn't been running through the weirdest ideas. I have the tarot shop, I write books sometimes. I had to kind of stop because book writing is expensive. You do need to invest a bit of money into it. So the last book that I wrote was kind of free because I've done my own cover and everything. But the thing is, it cost me something like 5 weeks of time, and it paid me something like $75. So, you know, it's the kind of money to effort ratio that's entirely disproportional. I do as much stuff as I can, but it doesn't actually collect to even the minimum wage. And a lot of my time is also spent trying to brainstorm, but what else could I do? When the whole like Paradox Life by You thing was going on, they actually were recruiting for like online moderator for their spaces. It was part-time. It was the kind of thing that I've done. It's the kind of thing that I'm still doing for free on Reddit. And I have been doing for a very long time. It's the kind of thing that I could definitely have done. But obviously Life by You has been completely shut down. So that completely fell through. And these kind of opportunities don't come often. So it's not like I'm just sitting there with arms up my bum. I am doing things. It's just that everything that I do is not working. So there comes a time when you just kind of have to accept it, and no matter how hard you'll try, you can't just, it's not entirely up to you. You can't just not be successful at that, and there's very little that you can do about that. And I suppose if you spent the whole time being sad when it is a situation that you absolutely cannot change, then you would probably spend a lot of your time being sad, and time's precious because we don't have an infinity of it. It's just, it's so weird that I have so many things that I enjoy. So many things about my life are just right, and I haven't been here before. I haven't been in a place where I'm comfortable with my clothes, comfortable with my skin. I have good friends. I feel like I have a healthy social life. I love my husband. I have great pets. I have a place to live. It is so awesome. Yeah, this major parts of it are just so wrong. And then my brain just went, ignore, be happy time. And I'm like, okay, brain, okay. Be happy time now. Really stress sometime later, I guess. I really don't know where to go from here. Not talking about life now, but like talking about this godforsaken map. I don't know where I haven't been. I don't know where to go. Probably somewhere. Probably not here. The heck is this like floating room? How would I even access you? Why does it feel like it's self-enclosed? That can't be right. Ah, it's from above. Right, and then it goes even more above. And then it goes even more above. So that's somewhere where I haven't been yet, but it will be such a pain getting there that... So we had like the chair teleporty room. I remember that much, I don't know where. At least you know where you're going, man. This is taking all of my... Ring of friendship is bro, okay. I don't particularly feel like I needed it. It was a magical item. I can check my stats. Okay, I'm down to 88 persuasion or endurance. I think that was endurance. Wait, what's my persuasion? 77. That's good enough. I didn't really need it at 100. How can you ever, like, navigate these dungeons and disconnect your brain? It's taking me so much smarts. It's outright leeching it all. Okay. I haven't been here. It is literally a cabinet. Let's just walk into those spaces so that it gets marked off. I feel like I've done a lot of that. I feel like I ran out of walk randomly and kill. Could go up there. Where could I go from up there? Not much, honestly. I swear, I feel like I'm being haunted by the sound of a cat meow. I listened to it very, very, very intently. And now I'm pretty sure it wasn't. One of my cats went missing a couple weeks ago. But he was a half wild cat and he was my neighbor's cat, so he was never mine. There isn't much we can do about it. Maybe if I go up and then down. But it means that whenever I hear that noise, that meow, my ears really perk up because I'm like, is it him? Has he found his way back home? And not. And honestly, there are a lot of things that can happen. He could have gone missing, he could have died, he could just be living with some other people. Point this, I don't know. That wasn't the way down that I thought it was gonna be. That's not the right place. It has consumed at least some of my mind because I do love my pets. All of my other cats are indoor cats, so that can't even happen. But because this cat was never mine, it was just a cat that came by to like eat and have somewhere to sleep, and it was kind of a wild cat. It's an entirely different deal. But I can't say that I don't miss him, and I can't say that I don't worry about it. I do very much worry about it, but there's literally nothing I can do. Where does this even go? This could be very, very much incorrect. But I feel like this door can do nothing for me. So I should probably leave back to the big room. If I can remember where it was. And maybe mark this off as a place that goes nowhere. Wait a minute. Right, it does go somewhere, but I haven't been yet. This way! I am also very, very lost. I went past the right direction, but there are other directions to check. This is the right direction, I believe. Yep. Well, at least we found a tiny bit of the dungeon that we haven't murdered yet. Very proud of us. That is not a button. Thought that it might be, but it definitely isn't. Are you holding a zombie in a hole? No, I think the hole's empty. There you are! If his hitting RNG was too good and mine too bad, I had literally nowhere to back up in there, so I would have either fallen down the hole or died. Or both! That is always an option. Right, my suspicion that I will never come out of this dungeon just really intensifies. My desire to use cheats increases. I've never been going forward. So that is something I haven't done yet. I'm just gonna dump this and take this. It's not cheating if it's on the game manual. If I remember, there was a way to like turn on cheats, and then one button takes you like directly to your objective, and another button takes you back to the entrance of the dungeon. I don't want to do it too early. Ah! I know this one. This is the corridor with the weird stairs. Now here's the issue with the weird stairs. You can get stuck in the wall. You can also clip through any of these walls slash floors. So, weird stairs are one of the most dangerous parts in this game. That's not a werewolf. That's just a cat and a bear. Well, at least we now have a lot of places where we haven't been yet, but this dungeon is so long. I'm cruel. Well, they were stuck in a cage. Nobody was gonna feed them. They would have gone and died naturally over a very, very long period of time. Okay, I love me a room of nothingness. It's my favorite. This is where I would store my stuff if I had any. You see, this is the problem with having a friggin' giant castle thing or whatever this is. Eventually you just have more rooms than you have stuff. Oh, God damn it! Back here again. Should have known. Time to walk through here, open the map and go, I do remember a throne room. I've seen it so long ago that I no longer remember where. Great. And there's no guarantee I would be any closer to finding a stupid werewolf, even if I found the throne room. But the dungeons are procedurally generated. I think the one that this lady sends you to is. Because the game's wiki just goes, you know, go to the dungeon that she names. There isn't like even a dungeon name. That means that it isn't... It's something that changes. Like, she could have just mentioned a completely different spot. Yeah, there you go. And it's not even, like, random. I feel like we hit nightmare generation. Okay, that corridor, I haven't seen a few things in it. So, that means we should head down. Like, if there's ever a place that you think you haven't explored, you should go and explore it. That place we have seen. This door, we haven't. Oh, it's because it's a tiny room. Okay. That's just a spear. It's the headless chicken mode, where you run in any direction, like your face is on fire, and you hope that somehow you'll come out somewhere correct. There's no good reason why that would ever happen, but you just have so much hope in your heart. The issue is when you activate the headless chicken mode, after a while the panic starts setting in. Start thinking, ah! What if I'll never come out? There's enemies nearby? Oh. Where did you come from? Outside of, like, behind me. I would have thought that I would have literally cleared everything out of here. And then that lady just goes for a random corridor stroll. Maybe she was just patrolling. Though what tells me is that if there was an enemy somewhere, there was like a spot that I must have not stuck my head in. There's enemy noise in this direction again. Which is like probably a good sign. Am I anywhere good yet? If I run in that direction, there is a corridor I haven't explored yet. Hop! Oh, I thought it was a wraith or something, but that was just a cage. Jesus Christ. Was I ever through that door? Probably yes. Yeah, I was. I can see why. It jump scared me too. Temptation is starting to overcome me. The thing is, what I'm looking at is the thing that would help me figure out where the frig the werewolf was. But I will need, I think, to go and activate the cheat codes by modifying a game file, and I'm not entirely sure will it work, but I kinda wanna try. So there we go. I made something work, and I'm very, very, very tempted to keep it working. Hopefully doesn't corrupt it worse. You go to ZDogsCFG, I think. You change one line. Right at the bottom you write cheat mode 1. And this allows you to teleport through important dungeon locations with just like a press of the keys. I think I'm gonna keep it for emergencies. Because I think I run into emergencies a lot, especially considering that this has been like a 2-hour dungeon. Holy hell. Anyway, werewolf! The body of the werewolf begins to transform before your very eyes. In just a few minutes, it has become a young man who seems to bear a strong resemblance to Sindasa. I told you it was Jeb! Yes. I know that some people will get very, very mad about this. And I also know that I'm probably standing a good chance of like really running into some serious corruption because of what I'm doing in here. But fun takes precedent over everything else. And not knowing where the fuck am I and where is the rest of the dungeon, not very fun. What the heck? Game, we need to do some serious talking. Can I climb up the wall here? And open the door above? I'm asking that because if I can't, then there was legitimately no way here. Okay, I can. I think I got it open. I think it might be open now. I saw it! Right at the start. Right at the... I know where this is. No wonder I was hearing werewolves. Or they couldn't open the trap door. I couldn't actually open it. I was correct. It wasn't even in like the rest of this insane place. Okay, so this is the last place that is considered as important. Right. Don't think that there is a way to get to the exit? So I am still a bit lost in here. But what the heck, man? I would have never, ever gone the right way. I can probably no-clip through that. I mean, the trapdoor above? But I don't actually... How do you even open that? I don't know if there is a lever for that place. I have a levitate on something. I'm slightly flabbergasted. I'm sorry. Mainly because what the fuck, man? Where's my page up and down button? Yeah, there's no way through that. Which is a shame, because that would have been our easiest way through. I'm trying to remember. I saw a throne room a long time ago. Don't remember where. And that's gonna be so problematic. I just know that it exists. And it is likely my way back. This dungeon, man. It's so bad that I have access to cheats and I'm still friggin' lost. It's not that place. Is that the trapdoor room? Can't be. Cannot be. Oh, right, because, yeah, it's not on the same level. Huh. And where is this? But where would I type it? All I found was button commands. Bloody hell, I got lost! Let's... We do know that the exit exists. And I do remember seeing a throne room, which could potentially take me to the exit. I just don't remember where it is. So without trying to bork my coordinates inside the INI file, maybe we could do this amazing thing and like find the right way back? Mind you, don't know how successful I'm gonna be at that. The gray dot? Oh, you mean like that green thing? If I just like teleport it around, right? For example, where the frig am I in here? We can just... See how close we are to the gray dot here? Now we're further away. Suggests that to exit, we do need to go through there. But I know where that goes. And that doesn't go quite where I need it to go. Because I've been here. But once again, we're like directly on top of the gray dot. So I don't know. It has to be through here. Searching for exit? How can you tell anything in horizontal? You must be a wizard, man. Right, I'm once again standing kind of on top of it, but wrong floor, I guess. I do remember this part though. I do remember a throne room. I just don't remember where. Jesus. This place. Do we go through here? Maybe, maybe not. It's not quite the gray dot. Just fairly close to it. But there's nowhere else to go. So you kinda have to. And you're back here. Right. Was that the throne room? I need to know. Yeah. That closes way, way too fast. Oh, thank God! Well, we cheated to get here. But, we did eventually find the exit. And I couldn't really cheat to get to the exit. Jesus. It makes my eyes burn. Of course it makes my eyes burn. Fucking hell. Okay, let's just... Let's go back to Daggerfall and report the sin, okay? And then let's go to Orvias to my safe space and deposit some money. There's a million more quests. But I took a whole session on this one. That dungeon, man. Oh, thank God. I actually arrived at Daggerfall, and it's very pretty now. It's all snowy. And whenever it snows, it likes playing the special musics. Practically directly that way. Let's really enjoy not being in there. Because I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna really enjoy not being inside there. I feel like I need a break after that. Like, not for like a long time, but I don't wanna like start a new quest in this session. Just because that dungeon has really panicked me. So, for future notice, we're keeping the panic scrolly buttons. We're not using them at random. We are using them if we get stuck in a dungeon for 2 hours. And even then, Myrta might get stuck being like, how do I leave? That was insane. I wouldn't have found it. Because it was in a trapdoor in the floor. And I couldn't open it. And I don't know if there was a lever to open it somewhere or what. But I couldn't actually open it. So if I did this legitimately, I would have never gotten to it, unfortunately. Hi, that wasn't normal. It's that then, is it? Poor thing. He used to be my brother. So not your boyfriend then. If you ask me, he died long ago, when he first got bit. He hated himself when he became that beast. I wish there'd been another way to help him. I don't know, maybe therapy would have done something a lot better than a sword through the heart, but okay. I promised I'll tell you about the letter you're looking for, didn't I now? Of course I remember that letter, Myrta. It's not every day that you get a letter from the Emperor himself, especially saying as the king ain't too fond of him. Facts that the only letter I've ever seen from him. I give it to Her Majesty, and she's all excited, and she rip it open and says, this isn't for me, this is addressed to Minisara. Then boom, her jaw fall open and her eyes get real wide. She says she'll make sure the Queen Mother gets it, and that I don't have to worry myself none about it. Okay, is that it? That's the only thing that you wanted to say. No, like, here's 5 bookie for murdering my brother. No, just... Okay, so the next quest in the quest thing is here. That's like directly right from this girl's room. But I wanna go to Urbias. I need my safe space. So I'll come back to this in a second, actually. We're just gonna pop by Urbias and say hello to the bank, pretty much. And then we're gonna travel back to Daggerfall and climb all the way back here, and then we're not gonna actually interact with anything for a while. Maybe I should like also visit the Fighters Guild while I'm there? It might not be an awful idea. I don't particularly want to train, but I could repair for free. Trying to remember how to get there. Urbias, please! My safe space, please. 14,000 gold. I do need to like dump majority of that. And I'm just gonna leave it in the bank there because that's where my bank is. Though first, because it looks a bit like it's the morning. So finding the Fighters Guild directly down and doing all the repairs before that is probably a good idea. I know what you mean. Oh, a stalwart-looking woman wearing the livery of Daggerfall presents you with a letter. Turning sharply, she mounts her horse and rides away. I hope that letter did not overburden me. If it did, I'll be very mad. I need your assistance once more. Your valor and discretion were invaluable. You last served me. And no matter what Nulfaga, please meet me at Castle Daggerfall when you next pass through Albuquerque, Queen of Daggerfall. So we get to finish the Nabunaga section, which is great. Aw, I keep on hearing a cat in this game, which is I want to do that, but not today. That was way too stressful. I'm normally far better composed than this. I'm glad that I have so many things to talk about. Okay, don't think that this thing will open. Quite a few hours still, so... I would like to loiter for like 3 hours. Is that okay? I think it's okay. I think nobody's gonna arrest me. Sometimes they just really say no. Now I think they're gonna open like in a couple of hours. Okay, so from here it's northeast to the Bank of Urbias. And because we have to wait for quite a bit for the Fighters Guild to open up, let's get to the bank. It should also not be open. I don't actually know if the bank or the Fighters Guild opens up first. Just making sure that I'm still heading in the right direction. Good, good. Yeah! If you wait around, they're really, really arrest heavy. Oh. Temple of Stendar, I love you. I need to come back to you at some point. It's just... Oh, it's my way of... Spent so long in here that it's a way of de-stressing, man. But I know the Fighters Guild in here pretty well too. And I do kind of like them. Ah, bank is open. Good. Hello! I would like to access the bank, please. I will deposit a very large sum of money. Because this will allow me to travel around a lot easier, and if we need to, we're just gonna sell our ingredients again, because I'm not currently using them. Let's go all the way back to the Fighters Guild. We can repair there safely. Oh, I can hear the wind. I love it when it's windy. But I also thought that I heard the mailbox. But there's no real mail that we're expecting, so... that would be either the bills or like an ad. And I think it's kind of too early for mail anyway, so probably nothing. I'm probably just very acutely aware of my surroundings, because that happens sometimes. Let me just sleep for days. Repair one thing at a time. Because this thing scared me. Scared me a lot. 9:58 now. Does it open at 10, do you think, or 11? 10:59. Time won't pass faster if I click buttons. But I'm so tempted to click buttons. 10:01. Oh, god damn it. It's 11! It opens at 11. Can I loiter for an hour, please? It let me loiter for an hour, that's nice. You're just a great guy. You handle all of my repair needs, I love you. Scare Martha enough and she will just profess her love to everything and everyone. Let me just spend 24 hours in here. I am very hungry, but today has been Minute Pizza's days and I'm not super into fast food. But sometimes you need a rest day. It's funny how as a kid, it would be like, yay! Unhealthy food, and as an adult, you're like, I sometimes need a break from life. So I'll take unhealthy food over cooking. But I don't like it all that much. To be fair, it's pepperoni. So it's not too bad. I thought that you just asked me for 53,000 gold pieces, but no, that was just a really, really, really weird gap there. Oh, okay. There's more than one day. I don't think that you're allowed to repair more than one thing at a time at the Fighters Guild. You can at a store. But I don't need to move from here. I'll check. There we go, yeah, see? If I remember, my helm is magical. And that's if I remember correctly. Yeah, it is. So these are the last two things that I need to repair. I'm carrying some unidentified magical items, but they're not the most urgent thing, considering that I just gotten rid of like over 10,000 gold and that weighed a lot. So after repairs are done, I can't just go to Daggerfall and count myself as prepared. I could have also trained, but I don't want to. I feel like I've gotten quite a few level ups from that dungeon that we did before. Don't feel like rushing levels right now because we have a lot of quests remaining to do. So we are repaired. Now we need to actually go back to Daggerfall. Isn't the winter nice though? I do love it when the summer stops being hot. It isn't not too hot today. Next week there's even gonna be a period when it's 15 degrees, so it's not that bad. The isn't winter great though? And you don't even need to worry about heat. Oh, okay. The sign just reads Daggerfall. Ooh. Right. Unfortunately, it's not snowing today in here. The snowing music is pretty sweet. We have already heard it though. Music design in this game is amazing. The written books, the fact that you can read like whole ass volumes inside the game, pretty awesome too. The fact that I can actually play it, very cool. The one thing that I really ain't liking it right now is dungeon design. But that's just because I got stuck looking for a stupid werewolf. It's gonna get better. I just can't do any more of it today in particular. You know what, let's just go and talk with the queen about what she wants from us. The letter from the Emperor. Actually, Myrta, this is rather embarrassing. The letter was stolen from me the same day I received it. I never did read it. I've been hoping that the letter would turn up, or that the Emperor would send another letter. If you find the letter, I would be most grateful if you would let me personally deliver it to Minisera. But I do not know even how to broach the subject. I need you to promise me your on your ancestors' honor that you will never do that you will do what you can to help me and never breathe of what I say or what you see to anyone else anywhere. Will you so swear? I will. I trust you then, Bertha. The matter concerns my mother-in-law, the Dowager Queen of Daggerfall and widow of Lysandros Minisera. As mistress of the household finances, I have noticed that she has been paying for the upkeep of a fortress called Castle Necronomigan, complete with a large platoon of soldiers. A short while ago, she disappeared with a wrapped parcel of papers and came back days later with empty hands. She has recently left again with another parcel of letters, and my spies have verified that she goes to Castle Necronomigan. You will have to trust that my suspicion of her activities is justifiable, for I am not in a position to offer proof. What I need for you to do is to go to Castle Necronomigan and find that parcel of letters or any other information about her activities there. Nisera will be returning in 16 days. You cannot have any more time than that, I fear. Good luck. I think that is the other part of the Nobunaga quest. Yeah, it is. We're gonna stop here. But before we do, just so that I remember, I'm coming back on Saturday. It's in literally 2 days. Just to remind myself what quest I'm doing. I'm saving it as Minisara's letters. Now we have this here. So I need to go to that fortress, find the letters. And that will end like that quest chain. But for now, we're gonna stop it here. We did the beast. It took far too long. I cheated a little bit. Kind of feel bad about that, but I wouldn't have done it any other way. Thank you so much for joining me. Also, thank you so much if you are joining me on YouTube. Feel free to leave me any kind of comments if you want. And I will see you back on Saturday, so yeah. Toodaloo.